here we go.
Good evening, Peter.
Whoa!
You have 576 possible web shooter combinations.
That is awesome.
Well, inevitably, it had to happen at some point. Spider-Man has finally joined the entire Marvel universe. That's because the new reboot of Spider-Man, Spider-Man Homecoming, was actually tried out in Captain America Civil War, where the new Spider-Man, the young Spider-Man, I would even call him Spider-Boy, played by Tom Holland, a high school student, got his training wheels, so to speak, in a great sequence set at an airport. And that just whetted our appetite for his first full-length feature film here, and that is indeed Spider-Man Homecoming. In this one, he is up to his usual antics, but in a different way. We really see a movie that's played as a much, much younger Spider-Man. We see him in high school with his friend, a very funny guy named Ned, played by Jacob Batalon. When he finds out that his best friend is actually Spider-Man, he freaks out and has the same kind of reaction that we, the audience, would have.
Spider-Man.
I'm not.
You were on the ceiling.
I wasn't. Ned, what are you doing in my room?
Man, let me in. You said we're gonna finish the Death Star. She doesn't know.
Nobody knows. Well, I mean, Mr. Stark knows because he made my suit, but that's it.
Tony Stark made you that? Are you an Avenger?
Yeah, basically. Dude, you can't tell anybody about this. You gotta keep it a secret.
I'll level with you. I don't think I can keep this a secret. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
There's also even the beginnings of a biracial romance, very different for this kind of film, in the fact that he's got a crush on a schoolmate named Liz. She's played by Laura Harrier here. But as usual in these comic book movies, Spider-Man has his work cut out for him, especially against the key villain, this time played, ironically, by Michael Keaton.
I'll tell you what. Let's keep it. The world's changing. It's time we change too.
I liked Keaton's sinister way about him. He's very commanding in the scenes that he does have in this movie, but he doesn't have the same cachet as a lot of villains we've seen in past comic book movies. Although he's a lot of fun to watch, this movie is really showing us that Spider-Man is just like us, a gawky kid just learning the trade. When he puts on that Spider-Man suit, we're not even sure if that's the suit that gives him the powers or if he actually has the powers himself. But certainly they get a lot of mileage in this movie out of the suit. I really like Tom Holland in this. He's the perfect level of innocence and plays this Spider-Boy slash man to the hilt. The action scenes are really good, particularly one set at the Washington Monument. He and his schoolmates are there in Washington, D.C. when they're visiting the monument, and an attack happens at the beginning, trapping them all in an elevator, and it's up to Spider-Man, without revealing his identity, to go into action and save his fellow students from all of this.
Return to the ground immediately!
Go up! Go up!
I'm gonna die.
That sequence really works. A lot of it really works. John Watts is the director here, and he did one of my favorite films of recent years, Cop Car. He really knows how to work with younger actors, and he gets the most out of them. He also is very adept at this kind of big-scale, major studio movie. Pulls it off, indeed. John Watts is a talent to watch as a director. Of course, Aunt May is also back, this time played by Marissa Tomei. There's a lot of the trappings of Spider-Man we've seen before, but this is not your father's Spider-Man. It is not even Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man or Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. This all belongs to Tom Holland, and a little bit of innocence and fun and playfulness that was missing, I think, from earlier incarnations. Robert Downey Jr. is also a major part of this as Tony Stark. He really has taken Spider-Man under his wing, created that suit, and given him all of these powers, but also really realizes he's a father figure. I think it'll please fans. I had a good time. I think you will too. I say go.